I love this truck. I love everything about it. I don't ever want to get rid of it, so don't take that the wrong way. I'm not saying that I hate the truck at all. Just a little video for fun, just to kind of tell you guys about the truck, maybe if you're thinking about getting one. What's up, guys? It's Cody coming back at you with another video on this nasty rainy day. Man, I hate when it rains. But anyways, I'm coming at you with 5 things I hate about my 7.3 Power Stroke. But make sure you stick around to the end because there's a bonus one. And you'll see why that is a bonus instead of just a 6th reason when you hear it. So let's get right into it. Alright, you guys, so the first thing is that if you're new here, you need to scroll down and hit that subscribe button. But the first thing that I hate about my 7.3 Power Stroke is that it's super slow. And gets really bad MPG. Now, of course, I did not buy this truck to get good fuel economy, but it is something that I hate. You know, it's a diesel. It would be nice if it got better fuel economy. I could get about 10 miles per gallon city and 15 if I'm doing a lot of highway driving, but it is what it is. I don't really complain about it. I'm just pointing it out to you guys. The truck is a slug, man. The truck is so slow. I mean, it's got no pep. It really takes a while to get up to speed. Of course, there's a lot of things you can do to these trucks to make them faster, and I'm going to work on that over time. You know, lots of mods and upgrades and bigger injectors, bigger turbo and tunes and all that stuff. So don't get me wrong, you can make, whoa, sorry about that. You can make these trucks a lot faster. I just haven't got to that point yet. Right now we're doing a lot of cosmetic upgrades, making the truck look better, but eventually we'll start working on performance. And hopefully fuel economy increases a little bit with that, but I'm not really worried about that, and I don't really care if fuel economy doesn't go up. It's a truck. I didn't buy it for that. And of course, it doesn't help that I'm sitting on 37-inch tires with stock gears. So that's another upgrade we could do one day in the future, is re-gear it. So that'll happen eventually. Alright, you guys, the second thing that I hate about my 7.3 is that it is so bumpy. I mean, it's leaf springs all around, so there's really not much you can do. Even putting nice expensive shocks on these things only makes so much of a difference because the leaf springs are so firm. So if you follow me, you know that my ultimate goal is to have this thing on a 14-inch lift with 40-inch tires. When I do that, it'll probably just be a regular 4-inch shackle and 10-inch leaf spring lift. But eventually, I would like to do A-arm conversion with shocks and coils, and that'll smoothen out the front end of the truck a lot more, and hopefully it'll ride much better. But that's later down the line. The 14-inch lift is just going to be a standard lift with the leaf springs. So it is what it is. The truck's bumpy. Oh well. It doesn't really bother me that much, but it has actually affected like my radio. Even sometimes I'm driving and hit a bump and a speaker will turn off for a second and back on, or you know, the whole radio will shut off for a couple seconds till I hit another bump. That could be a problem with my radio, but I'm sure hitting bumps pretty hard in this truck doesn't help because it bounces all over the place. Alright, the third thing that I hate is that you did not scroll down and hit that subscribe button. Just kidding, but really. The third thing I hate about the 7.3 is that it has a horrible turning radius. Now again, I have 37-inch tires. I don't have any spacers, so that's probably more of my truck problem as opposed to the 7.3 problem. But it is a crew cab long bed with 37-inch tires, and I can't flip a U-turn anywhere on this thing. It doesn't matter how wide the streets are. I've only ever been able to take this thing through like 2 drive-thrus, and they're both Del Tacos. And then I did take it through a drive-thru that didn't have any walls, and the drive-thru just wrapped around the building. But other than that, there's no taking this thing through drive-thrus on a normal basis. The other thing, which is kind of more of a crew cab long bed problem than a 7.3 problem, is that this thing is kind of hard to park in certain parking lots because it's so long. You have to back into spots everywhere you go. But again, that's whatever. I've never really had a problem. I've never pulled into a parking lot and been like, oh, there's no way I could park in here, and had to leave. I've always made it fit, but it does get pretty tight. The fourth thing that I hate about the 7.3 is that it takes forever to warm up. When I start this thing up in the morning, first thing in the morning when it's cold out, it just takes so long at idle to warm up. And I'm in Southern California. It doesn't even really get that cold here. So for some of you guys, like, in the middle of the country on the east side where it gets really cold, I can't imagine how long it takes for you guys. But if I was to actually let this thing just sit and idle to warm up, it would take like seriously almost 10 minutes. But I have to just sit there in the morning for a minute or two and start driving, and I just keep it under like 1500 RPMs for a few blocks, and then it warms up that way, and hopefully I'm not really doing too much damage to the motor. But yeah, these 7.3s take forever to warm up, especially when it's cold out, first start up in the morning. Alright you guys, so we're on the fifth thing that I hate about the 7.3, but remember to stick around because there's a bonus one. But the fifth thing is how loud the motor is. Now, I like the loud diesel motor to some degree, don't get me wrong, it sounds like beefy and nice, but you kind of hear the motor more than the exhaust, especially for me with stock exhaust and the windows up and stuff like that. I hear the motor running and stuff more than I hear like the exhaust, and sometimes I wish I could hear the exhaust more. So that's a really little thing. It doesn't bother me at all. It's just something I'm kind of pointing out to you guys. I made it the fifth one for that reason. It's not a big deal, but the motor's so loud on this thing, unless you have a really loud exhaust and you roll your windows down and go through a bridge, you're hearing it more than the exhaust. But that is what it is. Again, not a big deal. All right, you guys, here's the bonus one. Like I said, it's a bonus one as opposed to a sixth reason because it doesn't really apply to the 7.3. It's just, again, a my truck problem or a big truck problem because the truck is a crew cab long bed and it's lifted and sits real high. Sometimes I have a hard time finding shops that can do work on my truck. For example, the paint shop that I originally was gonna go to, they couldn't fit my truck and they had really good reviews and I really wanted to get my work done there, but my truck wouldn't fit and they couldn't paint it. And now the paint shop that I ended up going with is great and I'm super happy with them. It actually worked out well because I'm really happy that I used them, but that is a problem. Sometimes I need to get little work done that I don't have the right tools to do, and the little mechanic shops around me, they can't fit a truck this big. So again, that's more about the truck size more than it is the 7.3. That's why it's a bonus one. But I'm just throwing it out there for you guys that maybe are thinking about getting a crew cab long bed. It's totally worth it. It's not that big of a deal. I love my crew cab long bed. Just keep it in mind, especially if you're gonna lift it really big. When I put this thing on a 14-inch lift in 40s, there's like no way I can get work done by anywhere after that. It's gonna be kind of hard, but you gotta pay to play. All right, you guys, that was it. Real quick before I wrap up this video, I just want to point out that I do not at all hate my 7.3. I love my 7.3. I love this truck. I'm going to keep it forever. Even all the things that I pointed out to you, it was really just for fun, but those things don't even really bother me. I love this truck. I love everything about it. I don't ever want to get rid of it, so don't take that the wrong way. I'm not saying that I hate the truck at all. Just a little video for fun, just to kind of tell you guys about the truck. Maybe if you're thinking about getting one, you know, or you're just interested about the little things about the truck that maybe bother me, but they don't really bother me that much. I love the truck, and that was pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was 5 things I hate about the 7.3 Power Stroke. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a comment and a like, and I'll see you guys on the next video.